So tonight, before you go, this is Middle Class Holes Badass of the Month for the month of May. Coming from Mount Fuji, climber airlifted with altitude sickness from near the peak of Japan's Mount Fuji. Returned to the slope to rescue rescued for the second time 4 days later to retrieve his phone. The climber identified as a 27-year-old Chinese student living in Japan. He made an emergency call on April 22nd and was airlifted after displaying symptoms of altitude sickness. Police said, adding to his climbing irons were damaged. Okay, so then on Saturday he returned to the mountains trail nearly 10,000 feet above sea level to look for his cell phone and his belongings he was left behind, and then basically experienced the same symptoms and was airlifted out again for a second time.
Shit.
Bad. It's not necessarily the decision. The decision's stupid. I just think it's badass that he was like, fuck it, 10,000 feet. Got to get my phone. Got to get my climbing materials.
Oh my God.
I spent good money on that stuff.
I didn't know he went back and then also had to get airlifted the second fucking time.
Two times.
I mean, I was going to say he's a badass if he goes back for the phone. Yes, for that reason, he's a badass. But he's kind of a pussy for getting fucking airlifted twice.
I was going to say, I don't think he's a badass at all, as a matter of fact. Like, I mean, yeah, climbing mountains is cool, I guess. I'm not doing it. But you had to get airlifted out once. Then you went back and had to get airlifted out again. You're not really a badass. You kind of suck.
And he didn't even make it to the peak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he didn't even get to the top.
I mean, if he got there and he's like, oh, but then, but I will say this. What a fucking dude mentality. Oh, yeah. Shit. Where's my phone?
Yeah.
Like, dude, let that SIM card go, buddy. Just get a fucking new one.
Yeah, just get a new one. It's over.
No. Well, it was climbing gear as well. Let's not downplay that. You know.
Okay. Well, I have a feeling that the climbing gear is going to be a little less expensive than the fucking bill that's definitely coming in the mail. I don't know how much for the first one, but the second one, dude, for the second one, I'm charging double no matter what.
Yeah. This isn't necessarily getting an EMT from your house for heart palpitations. You know, this is an airlift from Mount Fuji at 11,000 feet. 2 days in a row.
You know, I didn't realize that you have to pay for that. Like, if you get helicoptered out,
like
I didn't realize. Well, I didn't even. Someone who won't be mentioned. That was the first time I ever heard that you might have to pay for an ambulance ride. I thought that was just a public fucking service if you need it.
Nope, it is actually very much not a public service. That is not set up at all like police or firefighters. It is a almost wholly private service across the country.
And then I did not realize that, like, the helicopter, like, yeah, you got to pay for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at some point, be like, just let me fucking die so my family doesn't have to fucking foot the fucking bill.
A lot of people do that, as a matter of fact.
Like, don't call them.
Yeah. Like, I'll drive myself.
I can't call him. My phone's up there.
Throw my lifeless body into my vehicle.
Well, let me ask this then. Wes, why is he the badass of the month for you?
So I think it has to do with, dude, I'm going back. I'm going back for that. Yeah. And I don't know the context. I don't know if any of his friends or cohorts tried to talk him out of it. It's just the mentality of, I'm against all odds. I'm scaling again.
But to Alan's point, don't like retirees like get up Fuji just for funsies? Like on.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a soft one. I don't know.
Like they go up there for like a cool picture.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe this guy was, not the most physically fit guy in the world.
I think my bigger thing is like, great, if you want to go back, cool. You better have learned from your mistake. You got stuck once. You didn't even learn. You got stuck again. You're done. You're whack.
but he had the light on his phone when the helicopter was coming down.
Right. Found
The
it.
signal. I'm here.
I mean, that's fair. That's at least the least he could do.